What's good, everybody? It's another Ride Series clinic. Rich is back there with the crew, doing a little meet and greet. We are in the Land of Oz and at one of the first trails that kind of started the whole mountain bike revolution. We're at Slaughter Pen. All right, we got a full day full of action, full of learning, full of progression, lots of smiles. Let's follow along.
See that? Don't blink. That minute movement forward could have been all it took to get enough weight on the front that it now actually bites.
All right, so Rich is wrapping up the meet and greet. We went over topics like body position, a lot of fundamental stuff, best practices like helmets, knee pads, elbow pads, things like that that'll make your ride better. You guys are gearing up. We're gonna start the first drill, which is braking, and we're gonna go talk to Rich and see what that's all about. All right, you can see everybody's geared up. They're on their whips, looking ready. What's the first drill, Rich, and why are we doing it?
First drill is going to be dynamic braking. So we're looking to reach the threshold of what our braking limits are. The other part of this too is we want to get people more comfortable using the front brake. So if we look at the physics behind it, the front brake is going to be way more effective than the rear, but most people aren't comfortable using it. So we put them in a position where they start to modulate and feed in more and more front brake, but then they use their center of mass to counteract how much braking pressure they're applying. Simple.
You guys ready? Let's do it.
As far down as I can. So the first thing is I want to get it as low as I possibly can. That's why a dropper is amazing. My hips are over the bottom bracket, right? See where my hips are? Up, down. If my seat's up, that's as low as I can possibly get. Instant advantage right there.
All right, guys, so I have a link in the description to Rich's Mach 5.5 review. If you've watched it, this is the man behind the magic, Brock Wagner. YeahBud Productions in the house.
Standing, I hit the braking zone, I apply the brakes. That's it.
All right, so you can see everybody rolling through. Once they get to this cone here, they start applying their front brake. We already did the back brake, now we're focusing on the front. And after this, we'll go to both brakes at the same time, trying their best to come to a complete stop without locking up the wheels.
So good.
Now we got everybody using both brakes. Look at that, on a dime.
Good, now slow down.
All right, we're here with my man Anton. When we started the braking drill, I asked who doesn't actually use the front brake very much, and you raised your hand.
Yes.
So after going through all that, what do you think about the front brake now?
I definitely feel more comfortable and definitely really helps with my weight. If I use my weight correctly, the front brake is not my enemy anymore.
So it's your new best friend.
Yeah, it feels
You got a new friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, so the braking drill went well. Everybody stayed on two wheels, good job. What's the next drill and what are we doing?
Next drill is one of the most important elements of the ride series. It's our turning drill. So when everybody fills out their rider bio, quite a few say I want to get better at turning. So what we're trying to do is introduce proper mechanics. So the first is pedal position. So inside pedal is up, and then now we have to get bike body separation. So we have to get the bike leaned to maximize what the turning knobs will do. After that is making sure fore and aft our hips are where they need to be and our torso is in a proper position. The front of the bike is what dictates where it goes, so you need to make sure you have enough weight there. Then the last thing we're going to stack on is dynamics of loading into the apex of the turn. So it's going to be very exciting, and I think we're going to see some major progression. Move the bike over. So here's the first thing. If your bike is not at this angle, it is impossible for you to be turning as effectively as you can be because you're not using the turning knobs on the tires. Pedals up, pedals up, pedals up, pedal is up.
Right. Ride series, earn your turn drill. Turning everyone into Schraubers. Working on that bike body separation. Getting those side knobs used. All right, everybody, we're here with Chris. He was ripping through those cones on the turning drill. What were some of the pointers that Rich gave that really made a big difference for you?
Hey, thanks, Andy. Rich is recommendation to get your arms straight on the inside and the outside elbow bent, and also keeping your foot down, just really let it flow through the turn. That was good advice.
All right, Rich, turning drill is a success. We got some stroppers in this on site.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
The next step is probably the most maddening of all the drills here at the Ride Series. It's lifts. So technical lifts are something where technique is paramount. And the problem is a lot of people try to use muscle, power, force. And if you break down the technique, it becomes much easier and puts you in a position where you can clean a lot more obstacles. So as Rob Drew says, I'm going to teach everybody to minimize the drama. You ready? I want to keep this as simple as I possibly can. So I'm going to come up, my seat's up, I'm sitting on my seat. I'm going to rock my torso back and lift up.
All right, so we're working on pedal lifts. First step to successfully getting your bike over an obstacle. All right, what we're doing here is the second step. So after the pedal lift, you're gonna shift the hips out of the saddle to bring the back wheel up to follow you over the obstacle.
Feeling it. Good, Kevin. Good option. Good.
All right, so we've all learned how to lift. That means we went up, and what goes up must what?
Go down.
What's going down, Rich?
Well, drops are about to go down here at the Ride Series. And this is where things get a little controversial. We're gonna teach a simple 1, 2, 3 technique. And this technique is based on what I do and what Rob does. We also look to physics and gravity. So with a drop, I'm trying to get from point A to point B. And in order to do that, I wanna get there as quickly and safely as I can. So my theory is, I don't wanna go up, I don't wanna go out, I wanna go down. And I wanna do that as quickly as I can. So that's a 1 position. So I wanna get as low as I can to the handlebars. I wanna then get the bike down as quickly as I can. And 3 is right back over the top. The reason is I can control where my torso and center of mass are. I always need to think about that. But what I'm doing is I'm getting the wheel of influence, which is the front, on the ground as quickly as I can. That's gonna set me up for whatever's next. That's what we're gonna work on. I'm gonna soak this up, 1, 2, 3. I'm literally hovering over the handlebars. My elbows are up. They're in line with the fork. And the reason they're in line with the fork is, as soon as I break that plane, the second position is firing the bike down.
All right, look at everybody working these drops. Nice and controlled, getting the chest down, front wheel down as soon as possible, and riding it out, minimize the drama. Everybody's got so much control. Looking so fluid. Let's get a little orbit shot of Brock in action. Oh yeah, oh yeah, orbit of orbits. Now we're slowing the drill down, which requires more precision. And I think we're looking good. Oh, I know her. All right, Rich, some of these people are looking at an apparatus or an implement behind me. Some are looking tentative, some are looking excited. What do we got going on?
Yeah, as they should. It's time for the culmination of the Ride Series day. It's time to bust big or jump. The day's been building to this moment. And if you look out and you see all these faces, these people are ready. They're ready because they're gonna take the technique we've been working on and they're gonna apply it right here. What we're gonna work on is body positioning, where the hips need to be. We're gonna address the takeoff. We're gonna load into the takeoff and either maximize the angle or minimize the force it creates. Then we're gonna stay loose in the air. We don't wanna stay tight. We're gonna eye up where we're landing, and we're gonna put the bike right where it needs to be. That's basically all this comes down to. Now, what we need is we need time. You need repetitions in an environment that removes as many impediments as possible. Right behind me We have the land wave ramps, and we have the MTB hopper. What it's going to allow us to do is incrementally move that back to work with you as you progress. It's the safest thing we can come up with, and what we have found is it's incredibly effective. Is everybody ready to bust big?
Oh yeah.
All right, last drill of the day is always jumping. As you can see, people are having a really good time back here. If you don't know how to jump, you're scared of jumps, sign up for the Ride Series. You'll be doing this in no time.
My name is Dan Rasmussen, and I'm an avid cyclist and just wanted to get more in the mountain biking scene. So jumped on Rich's class to pick up skills, techniques, and I couldn't say anything wrong with it. Highly impressive, easy to understand. He makes things like jumps easy. So thumbs up for me.
I signed up for this because I love mountain biking, but I know I've not really had any technique taught to me. So today has just been a fantastic time where we've learned all the basics and learned how to improve our technique. It's given me a lot more confidence in mountain biking, and I'm looking forward to killing it.
All right, everybody, we have a special guest in the house today. Sarah, what's your last name?
Hi, my name is Sarah Drew. I am married to the Rich Drew.
All right, so being married to the Rich Drew, one would imagine that you would just absorb the information that he gives out. Is that the case?
No. I have been riding for about 6 months, and when we tried years ago, I definitely did not absorb it. In fact, I probably it was like obstructed. I did not want to hear it. It was really bad, but over the last 6 months, I've been riding some, and today was really cool. I think I was able to absorb it by osmosis. I've heard things over the years, but to actually put it into place and get feedback was really, we don't get to do that. You would think we ride together a lot, but we really don't.
So all the implements that he has set up, they did allow you to practice these techniques a lot easier than being out on the trail?
Oh yeah, like there's definitely, even like for the lifts, there are routes that I probably just pound right over and use a lot of energy over, and learning how to lift even 8 inches, I think is going to translate really well on the trail, and it's kind of keep some energy for other obstacles that are maybe more challenging.
So would you wholeheartly suggest the Ride Series Clinic?
Yes.
Unbiased opinion. Unbiased.
He's entertaining.
Oh, wow.
He's dreamy. No, I mean, the instruction is really top notch. Listening to the other people with me, it's fun to give him a hard time during it, of course. I really enjoy that part of it, but I can see it clicking for other people too. And he has a really good way of reaching someone beginner-ish like me, and someone who has been riding for, some of the people here I think have been riding since like 92 on a mountain bike, and yet we are still able to exist in the same clinic, leave with information that we're gonna be better on the trail. So I highly recommend it.